In India, the city of Bengaluru exists. On September 21st, around a month ago, an odd stench began to permeate the Viali Kaval neighborhood. This smell came from a flat where a 29-year-old single woman named Mahalakshmi lived. The stench got so bad that the neighbors complained to the apartment's owner that she had rented the place. Mahalakshmi's number was unreachable when the owner attempted to call her. After that, the owner got in touch with Mahalakshmi's relatives, particularly her mother, who had an extra key to the apartment. The flat was unoccupied when Mahalakshmi's mother got there, but she couldn't believe what she saw when she opened the refrigerator. The dismembered body of her daughter, Mahalakshmi, was inside the refrigerator, carefully wrapped in over 50 parts. Consider the grief and horror a mother would experience upon discovering her daughter in such a terrible position. After the police were called, the neighborhood quickly grew in population, and the tale made headlines on all Indian news channels. According to the research, 35 years ago, Mahalakshmi, who was originally from Nepal, migrated to India with her family. She had a daughter with her husband, Hemanta Das, whom she was married to. But because of their frequent arguments, Mahalakshmi decided to live alone after they split up. She was hired to work from 10 a.m. till late at night at a boutique. The residents didn't know anything about her because she had only been in this apartment for 6 months. Given their history of disagreements, her estranged husband, Hemanta, was the initial suspect in the crime. But after much interrogation, he appeared to be oblivious to her destiny. Another man, Ashraf, a Bengaluru barber and former close friend of Mahalakshmi, was then taken into consideration by the police. Ashraf was ruled out as a suspect since his call logs showed that he had lost contact with her months prior. As public pressure increased, the police discovered an odd fact. Mahalakshmi hadn't reported to work since September 1st. It's interesting to note that Mukti Ranjan Pratap, another employee, also ceased showing up for work on that day. Because of this coincidence, the police began searching for Mukti Ranjan in the hopes that he could have the secret to the case's resolution. Mukti Ranjan and Mahalakshmi had met at the shop 6 months prior, grew close, and eventually declared their intention to wed. But as Mahalakshmi became more and more dependent on him for financial support, Mukti Ranjan began to suspect that she wasn't truly in love with him, but was just using him for his money. He repeatedly refused to marry Mahalakshmi despite her pressure, which resulted in an altercation on September 2nd. When Mukti Ranjan went to Mahalakshmi's apartment that fateful day, they got into a fight. He killed her by hitting her with a big item while he was furious. In a panic, he chose to dismember her body and put it in the refrigerator, intending to discard it piece by piece. However, the tale did not stop there. Subsequently, police learned that Mukti Ranjan had hanged himself from a tree at a cemetery. He had admitted his crime to his brother prior to his passing, stating that he acted in self-defense because he thought Mahalakshmi planned to have him killed. The case was now resolved.